Some 30 minutes northeast of Bellingham, in a neighborhood cut out of dense forest, you'll find a group of Nooksack people fighting with all they have to keep their namesake and their homes.
That's where we're all going to have to stand up, and we're not moving. I don't know what we have to do to, it's going to get ugly if they do that.
Tribal leadership has disenrolled more than 300 members. They've been kicked out. Inside the home of Norma and Eugene Ulrich, a gathering of the now former Nooksack members that remain in tribal housing.
They've pitted us against each other. It's become an us and them thing.
In 2013, the Tribal Council moved to disenroll the Nooksack 306. They claim that a Canadian ancestor from the 19th century wasn't a legal Nooksack. Therefore, her relatives are eligible to enroll in the tribe.
Yeah.
Santana Rabang was a teenager when the process started nearly a decade ago.
But yet they're using the fact that our ancestral name wasn't listed on a colonial document from 1942. That's the main excuse that they're using, that we're not Indigenous.
Rabang has lost her tribal benefits, and so have the elders. Back at the dinner table, Aldridge and her husband face eviction.
It's like every year I say, do I put up a tree? Do I decorate? Or, do I start packing? It's just going through my mind all the time. Like, what do we do?
Nationally, thousands of tribal members have been banished over so-called lineage concerns. But it's not that simple. Other tribes are accused of ousting members in order to maximize profits. And that's what some are accusing the Nooksack tribal leadership of doing in this case.
To say if there are 1,000 of us and we get rid of 500 of us and 500 are left, the 500 remaining will now get twice more than they had before the other 500 were exiled. That's basically the sick math that goes into disenrollment. But it's an epidemic across the country.
A crisis that has led these tribal members to do something Indigenous people rarely do: turn to the federal government for help and allow our cameras to document their struggle.
Having to look outside of this to get people to help is really difficult.
Gabe Galanda is an Indigenous rights lawyer who's representing the 306.
The damage here is irreparable. I'm not convinced this tribe will ever be the same or will ever be a tribe again.
Galanda has called on the Bureau of Indian Affairs, the Biden administration, and recently drew the attention of the United Nations Human Rights Council. Just last week, the UN called on the United States to halt what they call imminent forced evictions of former Nooksack Indigenous tribe members. Nooksack leadership responding, calling the UN investigation riddled with misinformation, claim that only 8 disenrolled members are facing eviction, and double down on their claim that the exiled members do not belong.
The 306 don't belong. There's nobody who is Nooksack who belongs. That's what the powers that be are flirting with.
The powers that be are the Nooksack Tribal Council. At the top, Chairman Ross Klein Sr.
Why would we reward fraud or even consider fraud to be historic?
Klein claims the 306 are members of a Canadian band, or tribe as we say in the U.S., are not Nooksack, and sees no middle ground.
I repeat, not members of the Nooksack Indian tribe. Never have been, never will be.
And these pictures show that Klein is serious. Before the new year, armed tribal police are caught on camera serving eviction notices.
This is home. This is her family, where she was born. And then for them to try to take that away from her, it hurts.
That really hurts, we're going to fight till the end. It hurts.
They can say whatever they want. It's their perception. I know who I am. They can't take that away.